Hello students, welcome back to the next session in database concepts, that is your data warehouse. Now what is this data warehouse? Warehouse is nothing but a storage place. So what are you going to store? You are going to store the data. So why was this data warehousing concept developed? It was developed to provide a model for the flow of data. Provide a model for the flow of data from operational systems to decision support. Operational systems to decision support. We can also say like data warehouse, that is storage of data, is nothing but the process of, it is a process of gathering, cleaning and integrating the data from various sources, that is usually from long-term existing operational systems. Whatever you have from different places, you're going to collect the data, you're going to clean the data, integrate the data and store the data for future use. Why this operational data? Why should you gather this operational data? As you know, operational data will be scattered in different places. It is present in different places. So you have, if you want to make any decision based on this data, it is very difficult to make by, that is by the management. So if you want to make any decision, you need the related data and quality data also, or the information. So data warehouse is a system that is used. Data warehouse is a system used to store the data. You can also, okay, it is used to store the data, report the data and data analyze, that is analyze the data. This is what your data warehouse does. And integrating the data, that is whatever the data you get from different sources has to be integrated and that is brought to a central storage device, and this we call it as your data warehousing. So data warehouse stores the current and the historical data for creating reports that is required by the management to make any decisions. Or it may be anything else also. Just want to know the information also, then you need this data warehouse. So what are the advantages of having this data warehouse? If you have a data warehouse, then you have a centralized storage of data where you can get centralized storage of data from different sources you have in a single place. Then it minimizes the problem of data isolation in transaction processing database. That is, it minimizes the problem of database isolation. That is, you cannot say we haven't got the data, it is present somewhere else. You cannot say that. It is present in one place. And you can also maintain data history. Even if the source transaction is not there, if this data is stored in one place, you can go back and get the data however long ago you have stored it. And it improves the quality of data. Improves the quality of data because you are providing regular codes and correcting the bad data. You keep on maintaining and you can restructure the data so that you can easily understand whatever is present in that, and it makes decision support queries easier to write and to understand. If you have it in a proper format, you can ask any questions, get any answers from that particular data. So all these are the advantages of having your data warehouse. Now, evolutionist part is your evolution of data warehouse. When we are saying evolution, naturally it has got different stages. One of the stage is your offline operational data warehouse. Offline operational data warehouse. What are you going to do in this? In this stage, the data warehouses are updated on a regular basis. Data warehouses are updated on a regular basis. So when you are saying regular basis, it may be daily or weekly or monthly, depending, okay, from the operational systems. So this data is stored in an integrated system. And the next stage is your offline data warehouse. What happens in this? In this stage, data warehouses are updated from the data which is present in the operational systems on a regular basis. And this data is stored in a data structure which is designed for this purpose. And real or on-time data warehouse. Real or on-time data warehouse. What happens in this? In this stage, the warehouse is updated through online. The warehouse is updated through online for every transaction that is performed on the source data. And the next stage is integrated data warehouse. Integrated data warehouse. This warehouse, it gathers the data from the different areas of business. So users can have a consolidated information when they require. So this gathers the data from different areas of business. Okay, so if we go back, the first stage is your offline operational database, where the databases are updated on a regular basis, that is daily, weekly, or it can be monthly, depending how you want to update from the operational system. Offline data warehouse, here the data warehouse is updated from data in the operational system. From data in the operational systems. Again, it is on a regular warehouse, regular basis, depending on weekly, monthly, whatever you want to. And the next is your real-time or on-time data warehouse, where you are going to update the data through online as and when a transaction is performed. An integrated data warehouse, where it gathers the data from the different areas of business. This is about the evolution of your data warehouse. Next is your overall architecture. Now, what are the different components or the major components of the data warehousing? The first one is your data warehouse database. What is this? The central data warehouse database. It is the foundation for this, is the foundation for data warehousing environment. Data warehousing environment. This database is implemented using RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System. This it uses the technology of RDBMS. And next is your sourcing, acquisition, cleanup, and transformation tools. What happens in this? The data sourcing, the cleanup, transformation, migration tools perform this. They perform the conversions that is required, summarization that you want, that any changes you want to make to your data, or the structural changes, changing the structure of the table, structural changes, whatever you want, or condensing, making it smaller, that is required to transform the data into information that can be used by the decision support tool. That is done by this stage. And what are the functions that you are going to do in this stage? What all does it do? It removes the unwanted data. Removes unwanted data from the operational databases, and it converts the data to common data names so that you can understand common data names, so that anyone can understand it easily, and establishes defaults for missing data. Now if any of the data is missing, you may worry about what type of data you are going to add over there if you do not have any data. So what you are going to do here is give a value in the beginning itself, that if there is no data, you can assume this particular data that is given by the default. And again, accommodating source data definition changes. Whatever the changes you are going to make, it should accept those changes. That is done by this particular stage. That is your functions of sourcing, acquisition, cleanup, and transformation tools. And the next stage, or the next component, is metadata. Metadata is nothing but data that describes. Metadata is data about data that describes the data warehouse. That is what you mean by metadata. Metadata means data about data. This particular metadata, it is used for building, maintaining, managing, and using the data warehouse. Okay, so metadata is classified into two parts, that is your technical metadata and business metadata. Technical data means which contains information about the data house. It is used by the warehouse designers. It is used by the warehouse designers and administrators when carry out the management task. And business metadata, it contains the information that is given to users as an easy to understand way, or the information stored in the data warehouse. And the next part is your access tools. What do you mean by this access tools? Access tools is that the main purpose, why do you want to make use of metadata? It is to provide the information to users so that you can make some important decision based on this. So how are you going to get that data? So the user interacts with the data warehouse using your front end tools. Whatever happens in the back end is not known to the user. That is what you mean by your abstraction. What happens behind the screen is not known. We know only what happens on the screen, the condensed version, right? That is got using your front end tools. And when we are talking about these tools, there are four main categories in this. That is query and reporting tools, application development tools, online analytical processing tools, analytical processing tools, and data mining tools. These are the different types of tools that you will be using. Then comes your data mart. I think let us continue with the data marts in the next session. Let's end this session now. So the different types of tools are your query and reporting tools, application development tools, online analytical processing tools, and data mining tools. Thank you.